Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. And I need to get that turned up, too. Daggone it. Been
What
so many weeks.
You new haddocks?
Something like that.
We don't know how this works.
Come on, Rook.
We don't know how to do this.
First day on the job.
Now we can say we're live because we're live right now.
Hello, everybody.
There we go.
I need to connect over to that. I haven't done that yet. Oh, so much I have not done. I'm cold. My mind is not quite right. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and record. Clifford. I'm trying. I'm going to get my recording going. So I'm now recording, so at least the things I'm saying I'll have for this week.
Yes.
And now I'm opening up the chat room.
And it is tweeted out. We've got the deets tweeted.
Alrighty. in the IRIB network or whatever.
In my own, and then I'll retweet it from there.
Okay. Oh, why are you not opening? Why are you not working, Firefox?
There it goes. Yay! Hooray!
Why would you not open up a new window?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh gosh, you're just killing me. Oh, you're killing me, computer. You're absolutely killing me. All right, let's open up. Let's open this up.
Hey, oh wow, that's pretty sweet.
What you looking at?
The star background.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
A little Star Warsy.
Yeah, nice. I dig it.
It's appropriate for tonight, as we deal with things like people freaking out over a black stormtrooper, etc.
You okay?
Well, no. Have you not seen this
black
craziness?
Stormtrooper?
Oh, I know. I've seen the backlash. It has been icky.
Which is the thing that's ridiculous is that. Now I'm hearing myself in my ear, so let me mute that. We don't even know for certain that's a stormtrooper. Just because he's in the armor, because Han and Luke were in the armor. But we'll get to that another time.
I know, exactly. It's like, we got to save that one for the show, yo.
Yeah. Mark Conan, a black stormtrooper.
What?
Good to see you.
Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. All right. There we are down there.
That was awesome.
Look at that. That was awesome timing right there.
That was almost in real time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Too bad he liked the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
Ryan got caught up on the latest episodes.
No, I didn't. I got stuck there, and I was like, I can't listen anymore. I'm done.
I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
I'm not in this episode, and he liked the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie.
I'm not in this episode. I'm out.
Glad to see you here, chat room. We're back.
Yes.
We made it.
Yes, both of you.
We have no sickness. Well, mostly not.
We're not down with it if we have it.
Yes, we're not down with the sickness. We don't have an upset baby. That's good.
Nope, don't have that.
Yes.
What did that even mean when I said that I'm making random duetting a thing? What was? Oh, I remember now. Okay, that's the story. That's the story I want to share. That's it. Yes, it has. Okay, and what have you got there? Alrighty. Well, let's. I'll make teasers real quick.
Yes, you must make some teasers. I'm layering my windows here. So I've got it where I need
is that to keep the cold out in Wisconsin?
Yeah. More about me trying to make sure I can see the chat room to link in all the notes and then also have my soundboard up and have everything else in there. And you can hear this, okay?
This podcast is a part of the Signals.
Good deal. Oh, one more honk of the nose before we go.
Aww.
Oh, I had the worst cold, and it's finally leaving me. Lori, you don't need to be the whiny baby tonight. That's okay. We'll take a pass on that.
Yeah, we're all set. Thanks.
we're all filled up with whiny baby stuff. I'm kidding. I'm sorry you're having a bad day. Normally, you get a good zinger in on Ryan at least once or twice, so I think that's going to be a good thing. But it's so true. It is true.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for.
I know.
Okay. Alrighty. I've got teasers.
Yay!
Let me. Yay!
Yay!
Did you ever watch that Crank Yankers forever ago? You sounded just like one of the characters on that.
Oh, jeez.
Special ed?
Yes, which is unfortunate. But yes, you sounded just like him when you yayed just there.
Yay!
Well, what it makes me think of when he did the Mexican, he always did not always, he did like this they did this Mexican bit where he had like a sombrero, and he'd always say El Yay. So he'd be like, El Yay!
El Yay.
It was very wrong. It was just very, very wrong.
That's awesome.
Alrighty, well, we're in the chat room is up and running. We got people in there wanting a show, so let's give it to them.
We haven't had a show in a long time, so it's time to give them a good one. Counting it down for you guys.
In 3, 2, 1.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really.
Back and coming up for episode 80, more Disney recycling. British audiences are more subdued and a black stormtrooper.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
This is I Remembered It Better, a podcast experiment in geek nostalgia.
Come on, bark like a dog for me.
Ooh, I done a bad thing.
We're on a mission from God.
This is my boomstick. Kiss my Converse.
Look what's extraordinarily bad.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Now, here are your hosts.
Oh no, not again.
See that the humans remain entertained until the end.
Welcome to I Remembered It Better, the show that takes a look back and asks, was it as good as we thought it was? Coming to you from Dayton, Ohio, where I'm making random duetting a thing. I'm Cliff Haddix, also known as Reverend Geek, and I'm joined in tonight's Analytical Look Back. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, where the star-studded land of Y'allwood is a thing. Ryan Allgood.
That's Yollywood.
Y'allywood.
Yollywood. Yeah. Like
Hollywood?
Hollywood, but for y'all.
For y'all. That's what you're calling the area around you now?
Sorry. I can't hear you over our own music, so.
Yeah, I know. The music's a little loud. We got some hot music. We've got hot music.
Sorry,
I had that
I'm busy
down really
jamming out
low,
to the
too.
theme from Knight Rider, so you're just gonna have to sit tight for a minute. Yeah, that's what we're officially calling it, and by officially I mean me.
You.
Me, I'm calling it.
But you're practically royalty, so it will have some staying power.
I mean, I am royalty for starters. I'm the prince of probably something terrible, but no. Yeah, it's really cool. Like, what did you remember from that time long ago when you used to live down here? Frank's on the River used to be the Old Mill Steakhouse.
Yes.
Yeah. So some friends of mine were eating there, and they spotted Michael Douglas just eating it at Frank's. So that was cool. Various other jerks have been seen around town, starring in various things, and I can't remember who any of them are now because I wrote this intro like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When we last did our show.
Or tried to do our show. We have tried to do our show two times and had to cancel.
Yeah, we gave it the old college pregnancy try. So
yeah.
College pregnancy.
What? What does that even mean?
I mean, it's that and then something about dumpster babies, and then it's kids started.
Oh gosh. Oh.
Yeah.
So, well, okay, let's talk about mine. It's a little happier than that. It's happier than Dumpster Babies.
There's nowhere to go but up from Dumpster Babies. So.
They're pretty much. So I do all the grocery shopping in our house usually. I'm the one that goes to the store, and I make my way up and down the aisles like I do. And a lot of times I'm listening to something on my iPhone, usually a podcast or something. But my earbuds are starting to go bad, so I wasn't listening to them. I was pushing back and forth through the Kroger, listening to the music playing over the loudspeakers, and all of a sudden I hear, I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. And so I start singing along. I'm enjoying it. And I notice at the end of the aisle is another man who is singing along too. And I'm pushing my cart, and I'm getting closer, and I meet him right as I hit the chorus. And I look at him, and he looks at me, and then we both go, I'm starting with the man in the mirror. And then I walk on, and he walks on, and we never meet again. It was just a moment. We shared it, and it was over.
You know who I feel bad for, though, in that story?
What?
Are the people that were, like, on either end of the aisle that see this, like, this great moment of, like, synchronizing rhythm and music all coming together, and for a split second they think, oh my god, I'm at ground zero for a flash mob, and then you guys just leave and like nothing else happens, and they're like, oh damn it, I'll go get my Cheerios.
Exactly.
Off they go.
It was a flash blip, just a blip of a flash. Yeah.
So, well, that's cool though. I mean, see, man, music brings people together.
It does.
Michael Jackson, years later, that's good stuff. I dig that song. I actually have that on my iPod. I like to listen to that in the morning when I feel like I'm going to go to work and like, you know what, today I'm going to be a good person.
I'm not going to play break stuff. I'm going to play Man in the Mirror.
Oh, that's crazy, because I was about to say, like, right after Man in the Mirror ends up being break stuff, but you know, that's the way it goes, I guess. But cool, man. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. And joining us in the third chair from Madison, Wisconsin, we got the whole show back together. It's beginning to look a lot like winter for Jules Scott.
I hate winter.
You hate winter. And you have real winter. As
opposed to fake winter.
Well, no, I mean, we've had 5 inches of snow already, but it melted pretty quick and was gone.
Yeah.
I was
got down to like 60 here today. I was cold. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to roll down the sleeves on my shirt.
I might have to put on long sleeves.
And for those of you in the When Will Ryan Curse pool, it is again this week in the intro.
Hey, I had a few lined up ready to go. I caught myself on a couple earlier, so.
I love it. I love the Ryan, you know, it's like he's like a ticking time bomb. It's just a matter of when the curse and which level it's going to hit.
It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. It's okay.
Actually, I keep a checklist of words I've got to get through right here.
Oh, so. You have. Oh, I see. Okay. So
and what parts of speech you will use them in, like the pluperfect subjunctive is coming up eventually.
I thought you were going to curse right there. I did.
No. I'll always edit it. So give me some of the bad of winter right now for you already. What are you already seeing?
It's
in Madison.
I mean, it's actually gotten up to into the 30s, which feels like it's a balmy summer day now, and that just changed so damn fast, because for the entire month of November it was like in the teens and 20s, and it's way too cold for November. It's not supposed to be like that. And then we got the snow, and we were like, what the hell, man? There's all this ice. There's like it's so frustrating. And so I'm just like, I'm sitting there going, winter, you're doing it wrong. And of course people are like, well, it is November. It is the time where you're supposed to get it to be cold. And I'm like, screw that. It's not supposed to be cold. It's too cold. So, yeah.
I like how you people in Wisconsin are surprised by winter.
This is my problem, is I hate winter. I hate it with a passion, like burns to the thousands.
And you picked a great place to
want to migrate down.
I know. I know. I don't know.
Amount.
I don't know.
Like one state would make a difference. One state would make a huge difference, Sal.
It would. So, because my husband and here and kid and, whatever.
Warmth is important.
Just get used to this. I'm going to bitch for the entire month of December, January, and February. So, yeah, this is going to be a fun time on I Remembered It Better.
Well, let's get to the fun times. My geeks, my fanboys and fangirls, call us what you want. We all have the things we love and obsess over. We often hold a special place for the things of our childhood. Webster's Dictionary defines nostalgia as a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for a return to or of some past period or irrecoverable condition. So how many of the things that we have geeked out on in the past and may still to this day are really as awesome as we remember? And how many of them have we overhyped in our memory to the point that a second look will have us saying, why did we like this? So, what geek goodness have we been into this week? Actually, weeks. Jules, you had a huge one. You were at BlizzCon.
Oh my God, BlizzCon. That was a month ago. Like, holy crap, it was a month ago, but it was insane. BlizzCon was awesome. And I had people who stopped me when we were there and like, I remembered it better. That show is so fun. And I was like, yay.
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 Validate me.
There you go.
It's just cool. It was so cool to meet people that listened to the show and they liked it. And it was just, that was awesome. BlizzCon, awesome. I mean, you guys most likely saw the stuff about Overdrive.
I did.
Overwatch. Holy crap.
Overwatch.
I just did that same thing that the commentator did at BlizzCon, and everyone went, oh, you just said Overdrive. Overwatch, man, we got a chance to get our hands on that when we were there. And it is so much fun. If you are if you like anything related to shooters, that has some variety, then it is definitely a game for you because it's not just a first-person shooter. It's not just focused on, who can get the most headshots and who can sneak around corners. There's so many different roles you can play. And so we were able to get through it twice because they had all the computers set up. The first time we went there, it wound up being that the entire server went down for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we wound up sitting there, and then we were just kind of like running in place, and everything died. And then the power went out.
Yeah.
In the entire
that affected a lot of the streaming
center.
too.
Yeah.
That about the streaming for like a lot of the tournament stuff too.
It did. It kind of messed things up, and so apparently there's a huge brownout in the whole area, and everything just went. Pfft. So
I got news for you. At a large convention, there's lots of brownouts.
I know.
usually in the congoers' shorts, but that's a story for another day.
We actually went the next day, and we were able to get in line. We got in line with a friend of ours who's really good at first-person shooters, and they let us all play together. And that game was a blast because we were able to play with your friends. That is totally a game you play with your friends. So totally loved it. BlizzCon was amazing. We had the Signals Media All-Star Bash, the Smash Bash, which was so cool. And and then come back, and it's been Warlords of Draenor. I keep doing that too. It's been all Warlords.
That's a thing. That's
all
a thing.
the time for me right now. It's just crazy. That's all I do when I get home and get my stuff done. It's like, can I go check my garrison now? Because it's really, really cool. So,
I'm hearing good things about it. I'm not hopped into it, because we have a baby and, the finances are a little tight right now. So I'm just kind of like, I put it on the Christmas list and hopefully it'll be something that my brother or my sister or my parents pick up or my grandfather picks up for me. And then I'll hop in then. I'll come late to the party. Sure. I'm okay. Because, really, I don't have the time for leveling right now. I just don't have the time for that mentality. I barely have time for the few quick games I'm playing of Heroes and Hearthstone just because you're sitting there, you're playing, and all of a sudden the baby, and you gotta go pick up the baby. You gotta cuddle the baby, and there's a few heroes you can play while still cuddling a baby and not get killed.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them who can't.
Abathur, you should play Abathur.
Yeah, Abathur. No, I've actually never played Abathur. He's the one hero I haven't played. I missed the week he was free. I have not played him at all. He looks interesting, but I have not played him.
Yeah, we watched some of the heroes
playing
of the Storm
a lot
tournament.
of Tassadar and Vala and Nova.
Nice.
Yeah. Those are the ones I've been playing. Okay, so anything else aside of BlizzCon, or does that cover about all of your geeky goodness for the past few weeks?
Yeah, I think between BlizzCon and then the Warlords release, that has been the crux of it. So yeah, that's all for me for now, since Ryan is sitting there, and I know he's got a ton of stuff he's been doing since we've been gone.
Oh yeah, something very,
very what?
Very big. You were willing to drive for it, so I would hope that it was a big deal.
It's all right.
Oh man, you make me feel bad.
Okay, well then we'll lead off with you just to heal your heart. But yeah, no, we had big fun with the Wretched.
Yeah.
Ooh, Cosby reference. Can we still do those?
Oh,
cool?
maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of the safer ones. But yeah, no, we went up to Ohio and hung out with the Haddixes, or the Haddai, which I think is the plural of Haddix.
That's what we always called me, my brother, and sister. We referred to ourselves as the Haddai. So.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Nice.
All right, yeah. You get more than one Haddix. A group of Haddix is a Haddai.
We become a Haddai. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Which is not as cool as a Murder of Crows, by the way, but still pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Murder of Crows, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Did you know it's a smack of jellyfish? That's another one I really like.
Smack?
A group of jellyfish is called a smack. I actually had a song I was working on long ago that was all of the group animal names. Like, I think it was "Would you like some peanut butter with your smack of jellyfish?" and I never fully got it together. Somewhere I've got it in a notebook around here.
I thought you were going to tell me you were writing a song called "Smack the Jellyfish," and it just didn't.
Smack the jellyfish! Smack the jellyfish! Yeah. No.
Okay.
Someday you'll be singing that in the grocery store.
So that happened. Okay. But yeah, so we went up to Ohio. We made the. It's on paper it's an 8-hour drive, but when you put 3 chicks in the car, it gets longer than that pretty quick.
Especially when 2 of those are under the age of 7 or age of 8. Yes.
Yeah, but one of them just defecates right there where she's sitting, so that's not too much. So
minor details.
Yeah, but we have that in common. But no, so yeah, we went up to Ohio. It was good times. We did all kinds of fun, nerdy stuff, like Ticket to Ride. We played.
Oh yeah, that's our new game. Yep.
Yeah, that was good stuff. Played Ticket to Ride. We played
a lot of X-Wing.
Yeah, we played a lot of X-Wing.
You and I played a lot of X-Wing.
Yeah, I know. I said a lot of X-Wing.
Oh, sorry.
I got it. A lot of X-Wing, Cliff.
Did you mention that we played a lot of X-Wing?
We didn't play any fucking X-Wing, okay?
That was your thank you right there.
All right, so
but you saying that reminds me we did play some Cards Against Humanity. So
yes, we did. Oh yeah, we played some very disheartening Cards Against Humanity. And we always learn interesting stuff, like because we'll be playing it. Someone's like, "Oh my god, I don't know what this means," and they'll look it up. They'll be like, "What is this?" And they're like, "Oh, so I know what testicular torsion is now," and which is always a handy fun fact to have, just like show up back at work with a new word to drop on somebody. So we did that. I played with and fell in love with Cliff's Roku box. That was really cool stuff. So that was fun, and being able to drop the Afro Circus on there just to annoy Emily from across the room was good times. Pretty sure I'm going to murder Chris Rock if I ever hear the sound of his voice again. Because that is terrible.
For those who don't know, just go to YouTube
Circus,
and Google
polka dot Afro.
Go to YouTube and search "Can you survive 10 minutes of the Afro Circus?" And it's just that little bit of Madagascar 3 over and over and over again. And one of the benefits of the Roku box is you can shoot stuff straight from your phone or your laptop onto the entertainment center. So we'd be sitting there and the YouTube would be up and just click, click, click. And my wife would just be like, no, out of the house. You have to leave now. So she's very over it. So now I just send her and Ryan the GIF in chat on our phone, just like there's Chris Rock dancing.
Oh, that's so great. But so that was a good time. We were up there for many days of too much fun and too little sleep, which is an awesome combination. But no, that was a good time. And I've like kind of put my toe back in the MMO world after years of MMO sobriety. I've kind of fallen off the MMO wagon, and I'm tooling around a little bit with the Trial of Eve online.
Ooh.
Yeah, because there's something that's sounds really neat about it to me. So I've always been interested.
You always seem to gravitate toward these games that have elements of your job in them.
Yeah,
you know, if it involves shipping or it involves importing or involves like business like that, you just seem to gravitate towards those games because you're so good at it in the real world. You're like, well, I'll just show these jerks what's what. So,
well, and so that's the part of that game that interested me, and that's what I've been doing because they're like, hey, you want to fly around and kill stuff? Like, no, I want to buy and sell, and I want to ship things. Leave me alone. And instead of getting my paycheck for it, I want to give you money so I can do it. So there's a stupid little twist for you. But no, so I don't know. That seems like a cool game. I don't know if people are still playing it. I had thought it had gone free to play, but I am mistaken. What you can do is you can actually fund your subscription. I believe. I could be mistaken, and I'm sure the internet will tell me if I'm wrong. But you can fund your subscription through in-game money. So that's I think that's cool.
Yeah.
But it basically ensures you have to play the game a whole lot to be able to keep playing the game. So terrible vicious cycle. So I imagine before long I'll get sucked in because I already feel it creeping on the back of my head, like that new game feel where I'm at work and I'm like, I really don't want to do this. I want to be playing a game. And so I'm thinking about it. Like I'm reading about it, on my lunch break or when I am supposed to be doing other things. But it's cool, I think. I haven't played enough of it to know if I really, really like it or if it's just new and I'm, liking the newness of it. But
nice.
So that was fun. So like I said, just dipping my toe back in. I haven't decided if I'm going to go full subscription for it yet. I still got like another week and some change on my trial, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So if anybody out there is playing it and wants to help me along, because I'm kind of making shit up as I go right now. Like I think this is right. I don't know, but that would be cool. But and then man, the only other kind of semi-geeky thing is I picked up a copy of Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
that's the classic.
It's one of my favorite Muppet movies.
That is the best version of the Christmas Carol, right?
Yeah,
that is
definitely the best version of the Christmas Carol. Probably my favorite Muppet movie. Yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I like the one that came out not too long ago with Jason Segel and what's her name? Was it Amy Adams?
Amy Adams, yes.
Yeah, and I think the best part of that movie is I didn't have to see his butt. That was
or his junk.
Yeah, well, if you watch the right version of Forgetting Sarah Marshall, you get like a whole screen full of Wang. So that's always good times.
And there's our show title:
Screen Full of Wang.
Wang.
So I think that's pretty much it for my geeky goodness.
All right,
Cliff.
Well, for me, we'll work our way through the couple of things going on. First of all, the newest thing today.
X-Wing. You played X-Wing.
Yeah, we did. We played a lot of X-Wing.
Played a lot of X-Wing.
And along those lines, once again proving if you put Star Wars on it, I will play it. I stumbled onto a Star Wars tower defense game that just got released, and I've been playing that on my phone today. Still playing the Star Wars Commander. If by golly, if you wrap it up in the paper, I will open it and play with it. I've been spending a lot of evenings, of course, with my son. The way that we do our routine is I give our son the bottle feed normally at 9:00 every night. My wife goes to bed early. I do the bottle feed so she can catch up on sleep. And then I'll go to bed at midnight and she'll take care of feedings through the night. But that means I've usually got 4 or 5 hours that it's just me and my son. And like I said before, it's kind of hard to play games when your kid is squirmy and wanting to be cuddled and all that. So I've been watching a lot of television. I have been binge watching on Netflix, and I've been binge watching. There was free HBO weekend the other weekend, so I taped a bunch of movies. So I've been catching up on all this geek stuff I've been meaning to catch up on. So I blitzed through the first 7 episodes of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I want to wait till I see Thor, and then I'll move on, because apparently that's where it fits in the timeline. And then I'll blitz up to Winter Soldier, and I'll see it, and then I'll move forward. So I'm watching that. I'm digging it. I'm digging watching it again. I've moved into episodes I didn't see the first time around, and I'm liking. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. Then I had this full weekend of free movies, and I watched. And they're not all great quality, but they're movies that were geeky in nature. R.I.P.D. What can I say? It's interesting. It's you take your Men in Black, you take your True Grit, and you dash in some Ryan Reynolds, and you ball it all up, and you say, "Here's your movie," pretty much. And that was pretty much what it was. It was okay. It was fun for an evening. Then I watched Ender's Game, which was good. I'm surprised it did not do better. I thought it was really good and really well done. And heartbreaking, incredibly heartbreaking film. And then last night, holding my son, I watched Kick-Ass 2. I don't know what to say except wow. That was wow.
You saw the first one, right?
I saw the first one, so I know what I'm getting into. But it seemed like they took everything they did in the first one and said, well, we got to beat all of that, so let's do it with this. And so, yeah, that was pretty heavy. The language way over the top, the violence way over the top. And also, another movie, I saw The Amazing Burt Wonderstone with Steve Carell, Steve Buscemi, and Jim Carrey, the movie about magicians. And I'm a huge magic nut. You know, I love magic and do amateur magic. And it was a comedy that had a lot of potential, but it just kind of lost its way along the way. In some ways, there were certain jokes that put me off of it that they were doing that they could have done without. One in particular, Jim Carrey's, I'm not even going to bring up the name of it, but the name of the show that Jim Carrey's magician show hosted was just, if you've seen the movie, you know the joke, and it just put me off. It put me off from the movie. But there were some other good parts of it that I liked. It needed to be polished more, but it definitely had some cool things on the origin of why magicians are magicians and the people who've done it for so long that they seem to have lost the joy of it and everything. But it was okay. But the really fun geeky thing I did in the past month, I am someone who loves to sneak geeky references into worship services and into my sermons and into liturgy and stuff. I get a special joy. I think of it as these are my Easter eggs. These are the things I put in there to see if people are paying attention, to see if someone will get the joke. And last week I referenced directly the Star Wars teaser trailer, which people expected me to do. But a few weeks ago, I have a friend of mine who's a pastor who just got installed at one of the churches nearby here. And he asked me to participate in the service doing a piece of the worship. And he is a huge comic book nerd, like silver era, bronze era, gold. Like he was a lawyer before he was a pastor, so he can afford things like old comic books and just like is deep, deep, deep. So I sent an email to his wife, who I also know. She's also an ordained pastor, and was like, who's his favorite? Tell me who his favorite is. She said, oh, hands down, the Green Lantern is his favorite. I was like, okay, cool. So I decide I'm going to give him a Green Lantern as a present anyway. So I go get him a Green Lantern action figure. But then I start thinking, wait a minute. I have to do parts of the worship service where I get to speak. And I get to write whatever I want. So there's a part in Reformed worship, especially Presbyterian, called the assurance of pardon, in which you say to all present, they are forgiven, and we acknowledge our forgiveness in our brokenness.
That's my favorite.
So part. What I did, it's a great. So what I did
I usually
was
right
I'm forgiven. I'm out. Peace. I decided that I would adapt it from something. So I got up in the pulpit and said, "In brightest day, in blackest night, no sin will escape God's sight." I basically took the Green Lantern Corps oath and turned it into an assurance of pardon.
Wow.
And no sooner had I said in blackest day and in blackest night, he loses it in the front pew. He just starts dying laughing along with his wife. And everyone's looking at what's going on. And I just stay completely straight-faced, and I read the whole thing with this shoehorned Green Lantern oath in the worship service and just moved on. And when he just hugged me when it was over, like, that is... Thank you. So that's if you tell me I can say anything, I'm going to say anything. But that's what I've been up to. Let's see what's been going on in the news.
Stand by for news.
Epic news flash. And the big news of the day is the news.
This is Les Nessman saying, may the good news be yours.
In the news.
Yeah, we'll do it live.
Jules may not enjoy the cold weather, and I'll be honest, I don't enjoy it either, but it's a sign that Christmas is right around the corner. We're planning to go this weekend to pick out our tree and start decorating it and getting the lights up around the house. But maybe you're looking for something special to do for Christmas. Maybe you'd like to find a special place to go. It's just right up the road from me, but I don't think I want to do it. What can we do?
Apparently this is a thing. That's been happening. But you can go and you can win it's a charity auction to spend 2 days and 2 nights celebrating Christmas in A Christmas Story house in Ohio. What?
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Yes. Yeah, it's been renovated and made to look exactly like it did in the movie. It's a museum normally. You can go through it and you can basically sit on all the set pieces and if you're kids, you can hide under the cupboards and you can yell at the dogs next door and look at the lamp in the window and all that stuff. But if you're the winning bidder, you can do Christmas morning in A Christmas Story house.
This is crazy because it's December 24th through the 26th, and you go through and you have schedule events that you're going to do for the entire time that you're there. And it's luxury stuff. They're taking really good care of you. I don't know. I think that's really cool.
I mean, I really, really like A Christmas Story. I'll watch it a couple of times on Christmas Eve while it's running for 24 hours. Yeah. But I don't know if I'm down with this. And you know what? Selling me with an extra day exploring the city of Cleveland isn't sweetening the deal any either.
Well, come on now. You're going to get
that's not going to take a whole
the Horseshoe
bonus
Casino.
Day and night.
Yeah, you're going to get a buffet dinner at the Horseshoe Casino the next day. Come on, Ryan.
Yeah, I've got to
by the Rock and Roll Hall
of
Fame, and
so I don't know.
That is where my family does the holidays sometimes.
I mean, look, there's no cleanup, there's no cooking. I can see the appeal, but I'm sorry, I didn't realize the Greater Cleveland Aquarium was part of this. No, I'm in. I'm in now. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Arcane says, you don't want the full Cleveland experience?
No. Steamer or otherwise.
Oh, Ryan Allgood. Yeah, Seriously.
That's right. Go ask your parents, kids.
Do not go
ask
your parents. Don't look it up.
And for God's sakes, don't click the I'm feeling lucky when you put it in at the Google. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
And there's your Christmas miracle right there.
Yeah. Yeah, kids, tell Santa that's what you want for Christmas.
That nice man on the radio said it was a Christmas gift.
Oh, man.
Well, there's nothing that we've done all the damage we can do here.
I think Ryan did every damage he could have done there.
Yes. Arcane, you definitely lobbed it up there for him.
Yeah, thanks for the setup. Thanks for the setup. Thanks for the abbreviation of your name, or the shortening of your name that people use, making me think of Kanye West. Because I understand it's Kane, but it looks like in my bad, poor literacy, like Kanye. Did you? Oh, okay. I see what you're doing there.
That's my Kanye.
You had to do it twice to make sure we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just old
Look
dad
at my
noise.
girl's butt. Yeah, we missed out on all that. We missed out on all the Kim Kardashian stuff. While we
I wouldn't say we missed it.
Yeah. But though, have you seen the video of the people putting them on their Keurigs?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, putting what on their what?
Cutting out the picture of her like where she's standing there and she's got her butt at the camera looking back over her shoulder. They basically taped that to their Keurig, so it looks like she's pooping.
Nice, because that's what I want is coffee from a greased butterball.
Nice.
Well, if you're looking for a stocking stuffer this year, might we recommend a tote candle? Now, you may not know what I mean by a tote candle. It doesn't mean like a candle you tote around. No, it's the character Tote from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Someone has finally answered our prayers and put together a candle in the shape of Tote so you can reenact the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark yourself.
Oh my, this is so awesome. Like, not only did they make it look like him, they made it, first of all, they made it look like the cheesy wax version of him that they melt. But it's done in such a way that it looks like it melts, and because, I mean, depending on how he's tilted and gravity and physics and crap, I'm sure he could melt different ways, but, it looks like it's set up just right, so it looks just like that scene. And I want one of these so bad.
It's, well, you're going to pay about $30 for this thing.
See, that's what sucks is if I drop $30 on this thing, I don't know if I can bring myself to light it.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's not one of those that I light and then walk around the house and do other stuff. Like, I'm going to sit there and watch a candle burn.
You're going to sit there and watch his face melt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is not one of those romantic, bring into the bedroom candles either. Just, excuse me, baby, while I set the mood. Like, what is about to happen in here?
or better still, make it a ceremony. Okay, kids, it's the time of the year that we light the tote candle. Who remembers what the tote candle symbolizes?
Put it in your Advent wreath.
Yeah, exactly. Put it in the Advent wreath.
Now, I want to put this thing in the bedroom, and when you light that, also choose that as the time to tell your girl you're into bondage, and see how long it takes for her to clear out.
So, yeah, the creepy dude with the fogged up glasses in your bedroom doesn't set the mood, then you can talk about bondage to set it.
To just finally push it over. But if she stays, she's a keeper.
And then you can get into the whole roleplay thing and be like, Marion, close your eyes. Don't open your eyes, Marion.
Whatever it happens.
Oh, man. This is great because this is geeky. It's nostalgia. It fulfills that fantasy of burning a Nazi's face off. I mean, it's just everything in one package. Yeah. It symbolizes hellfire and damnation. Yes, it does.
Moving into, they're bringing it back up.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yep.
It's a trap. They're bringing it back up.
Sometimes it's a sequel, sometimes it's a reboot. They're bringing it back up to see if we'll keep paying money for it. And I can tell you right now, I'll pay money to see this movie. Have you all been seeing all the new Daniel Craig James Bond films?
Oh yeah, I like them a lot.
No, I kind of fell off the James Bond wagon. Jeez, what was the last one I saw?
Oh my!
Probably around Goldfinger, maybe.
Ooh.
No. Wait.
Goldeneye.
Goldeneye.
Yeah, Goldfinger. I fell off back in the 60s.
I went back in time to stop watching James Bond. Worst use of a TARDIS ever.
Once the N64 had been peaked with GoldenEye, I didn't need to go any further. So, yeah. Well, here's what we know. The next movie is called Spectre. And they announced this at a special James Bond announcement. And there's a huge difference I'm seeing between a British crowd and an American crowd. You know, because if this had been an American crowd, the minute Spectre was revealed, they would have lost their minds. Because we've been aching to have Spectre as part of this Daniel Craig era universe, like all the super villain spies going against James Bond. And that word was revealed, and nothing. They just sat there politely watching. Well, and then the host comes out again and says, "All righty." Yeah.
At the end, too, they're sitting there. They're like, the end, and they're like, okay, we're really looking forward to bringing this to you guys, and we're super excited. We're going to start filming, and then the applause is so polite at the end. Yeah. It's like, oh my gosh, you guys don't know how to cheer and yell and scream for something you've been wanting. You went to a press conference to see this about a movie. Aren't you jazzed about it? I don't know.
This is... Yeah, this needs this should have been announced like at a Comic-Con somewhere. Those people would have lost their minds. Those people would have been like, "Yeah, woo, Spectre!"
No, I mean, the Brits don't get excited about anything until you start throwing tea in the bay, and then they start shooting people. So,
oh, nice, jeez.
Well, so far that we know that, let's see, Christopher Waltz will be in this. Dave Bautista is going to be in this, coming over from Guardians of the Galaxy. Apparently, they got him enough street cred that he's going to be in the Bond film now. So yeah, there's a good running of actors that we can expect to see in this. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Spectre on the screen.
Definitely, it looks like it's going to be a cool. I mean, I've watched all the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I've enjoyed all of them. They're all different. They have a different flavor to them. But. He just, I don't know, he makes a really good Bond. So I'm happy. I'll watch this one for sure.
I'm trying to remember, are you the woman I was talking to or another woman who really enjoys the interrogation scene way too much in Casino Royale?
No, that was not me.
Okay, good. Sure. I can't remember who it was, but I remember having a very uncomfortable conversation with one of the women I talk to regularly who was like, I really like that. And I'm like, what, you mean the one where he hits him in the with the okay, move on.
Yeah, no, I won't be admitting that in public. So
in public, she says.
Scratch your heads a little, boys.
Lori says Phil Spector. No, Phil Spector would be scarier. The hair alone. If they threw a Dalek in there, the Brits would have lost their damn minds. Even then, I think they're subdued. I think they're subdued. It would be subdued even than that. Okay. Well, we got to look at some test footage a while back for this film, and we were uncertain how we felt about it. But setting the mood there. Yeah, very loudly setting the mood there. But a Peanuts movie is coming. It's going to be in theaters next year, and the look, I kind of like the look. Even though it's 3D animation, it somehow, for me anyway, seems to be capturing the charm of the old 2D.
You know what they did is they have the 3D animation, but their facial features are line drawings. Look at that. You'll see it especially on Snoopy. His eyes, his mouth, it's all line drawing. So it does have the same, it captures the same difference with the whole Schultz look, but it has the 3D animation too. That's what I liked about it. I was really skeptical when I was like, what is this? And I watched it and I really liked it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Sorry, Ryan. Ryan just put in the Skype chat
so that we didn't have to share that.
Ryan puts in the Skype chat with the bells. It makes it sound like you said the penis movie.
You did, guys. It sounded like the penis movie. So
it sounded. I'll own it. I'm still getting better.
I was just gonna let us go by that. I was gonna try and rise above it, but
Well, I figured it was something important if you put it in the chat, so I go over there and I see it, and I can't help but laugh at it.
Because it's important I can still for the three of us. But, hey, dick and fart jokes, kids, here we go. But anyway, about the penis movie, I'm totally with you on that, Jules. I was really skeptical. I was afraid this was going to be like the Charles Schultz Pixar movie or something, but it's not. Like it reminds me a lot of the old Charlie Brown stuff, but it's cleaned up and it doesn't. It looks good, and it's not. I mean, I like the grainy, like Charlie Brown Christmas. Like you watched off the VHS too many times. Look, but I think this is going to be a nice way to, kind of bring the kids into Charlie Brown now.
That's a good point. It had that bright, shiny feel that you were kind of skeptical about in the beginning. It's like it's not gritty enough, it's not grainy enough, but it definitely. I mean, the whole Snoopy Woodstock interaction was just very, very true to Charles Schultz, so I felt good about it. Yeah,
and then with a little bit of the reimagining with the Red Baron chase and that little bit. So. No, I feel good about it. I think it'll be cool. It'll be something hopefully that you can kind of use, like I said, to kind of guide the kids into it, bring them into that world. So
I think it's cool that they're actually using children for all the voice acting too. Yeah. They had a feature on the Today Show that I caught in which they had all the kids who were playing the voices standing out with their respective characters. Nice. And of course, it was really, really cool to see that, okay. And they made Charlie Brown say good grief and everything. So I'm excited for it. I'll give it a shot. I'll probably end up taking Madeline to this. This looks like a good next time to go to the movie for her.
Nice.
Will it find a modern day audience though? We'll have to see. Lori. I'm not exactly sure because yes, it is something that doesn't quite go up with the bravado of Big Hero 6, which I still want to go see. But I don't know. Hopefully this is the kind of thing that parents will take their kids to. I think they will. Kids these days want to go to the movies, and when they see it on the commercials, they're like, "Oh, Mom, Dad, can I go see that?" So you'll get parent nostalgia where they'll be like, "Oh, I want you to see something that I grew up with." And I think a lot of little kids have been watching Charlie Brown Christmas, Charlie Brown, and then Great Pumpkin. So I think they've grown up with it just because we've done it. So you just gained 5 years old person just by saying kids these days. I know. I mean, I turned 40 this year, so I think all bets are off. I know. Old. I've been doing it for a while. It's okay.
Of course, now that you mention that reminds me of the little bit of It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown cliff that you showed me
yes.
while we were up there. That's got some really, really funny stuff in it.
The Riff Tracks guys doing a bit on It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Oh, really?
Yes, they didn't do the whole thing. They just did a few select scenes, but there are some choice quotes in it.
Yeah. The doctor is out, but the stone cold bitch is in. Good stuff. I got a rock. I want a rock.
Shut up, D. Snyder. Nobody asked you.
It's funny.
And the third time he gets the rock, did Charlie Brown poison the town's water supply? What? All right. Did either of you see Maleficent?
No, but I've heard it's very good.
We saw it, and it was an interesting retelling in a new direction of exploring a villain in a new way, which we've seen Hollywood do a few times. Well, now we're getting the first look at the Cinderella live action movie that Disney has coming out. Well, first of all, I love Cousin Rose from Downton Abbey, which is the girl playing Cinderella. I love her on that show, so I'm interested to see what she will do with Cinderella. But I don't know. I'm wondering how much it's in line with what we know from the Cinderella original film? What ways is it going to deviate? Of course, we will have some Helena Bonham Carter, which we always seem to have in everything anymore.
Yeah.
But it looks good. It looks good, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I hope they go the route of the original fairy tale, where the stepsisters are like cutting off their toes to fit into the shoe. I think that would be awesome.
Go that dark, huh?
I want a little blood and gore in my Cinderella.
I
Do you also want the birds to pluck out the sister's eyes?
Yeah, man. Sure.
Okay.
Like, why not?
Go, Jules. Yeah, go, Jules. Go, Jules.
I remember reading that story and how twisted it was about, they had to cut the toes off of their feet to be able to fit in the shoe and say, and then put it, their bloody foot inside their glass slipper. Yeah. That was a reminder I didn't want. But okay, so we all know the story of Cinderella. We obviously know how it ends. But the funny thing about this trailer, which is 2 minutes and 40 seconds long, is that it pretty much showed the entire movie.
Yes.
And I understand that we all know the story, but it's like, well, okay, but why would I want to see it? Because you showed me all the good parts anyway.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's not my job to make them. It's my job to talk about them.
Oh, I know. Well, it's beautiful. Yeah. It's a beautiful looking film. It's a job.
You had one job.
It's beautiful. I was like, well, it'd be kind of a visually cool thing to see. But the trailer was like, basically it's the story in 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You see pretty much every character that you'd care about. And, you know that she's going to get the prince in the end. So, spoilers. Sorry.
Yeah, didn't Titanic make a lot of money?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We knew that boat was going to sink, though. And then we went back and saw it in 3D, and I guarantee at least one jerk was like, maybe they'll make it out this time. Like,
maybe they'll miss it. Maybe
it just sinks in higher video quality now.
That guy bounces off that propeller up into my lap. Now I want to point out that you went southern for the that time, not me.
Okay, but see, I'm in the South.
Yeah, and I grew up in West Virginia, so I go Appalachian with my voice. So, same.
Oh man! Speaking of, before you go right into the next story, I was at we were at Wednesday night supper at church, and I was throwing out my garbage and walking out of the fellowship hall, and I couldn't find who it was. I turned as I could to figure out what was going on, but all I heard behind me was, "You think West Virginia's bad?" And then I didn't hear the rest. I was like, "What? What's worse than West Virginia?" But it was too late. I lost it in the crowd. It just cracked me up. I want to know so badly what that conversation was that has that line like, "You think West Virginia's bad?" Like, what? Ouch. You should try herpes, or something. So.
You should try getting a paper cut on your tongue.
Yeah.
Ew.
Well, I don't know if you want to call this a sequel, a reboot, or what do you call it. But I think that after seeing the trailer today, I think that Terminator Genesis is not the right title. It should be Terminator to Hell with Everything You Know. Apparently, the timelines have been so skewed that almost everything we know about the story up until now, gone.
Yeah, I've lost so much track of John Connor and Friends that I need I need Doc Brown to come in and do one of those chalkboard timeline things for me where he's like, and then Biff goes back here, and then Skynet, and then this, and Sarah Connor, and then this, and then maybe I'll know what's going on. But right now, all I know is Skynet bad, robots gonna kill some stuff.
Yep.
I don't understand this. Is it a reboot?
Who knows at this point?
Because they're doing all the classic lines. So it's Sarah Connor saying, "Come with me if you want to live." And then it's I'll be back, him jumping out of the plane. or the helicopter. And I don't understand why. I don't get it, because Arnold is older now, so he's in it again, or is this an alternate universe, or I don't understand. Help.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it says like
I don't. Yeah,
it retcons and stuff. So I don't know if it's meant to be like this, like they say, Abrams-ish adjustment of time. Is it a new timeline? Is it because I guess the thing with the Terminator movies was that every movie led to them kind of altering the timeline a little bit, and the date kept getting pushed back, but like essentially the same thing still ended up happening. So, I honestly, at this point, Terminator is one of those things that I try not to think too hard about. If I'm going to sit down and watch it, like I just sit down and watch stuff blow up. That's it, really. So, I don't know. Now, did you see the, what was it? The Batman Terminator? What was that?
What?
The Batman?
With Christian Bale.
Oh, Christian Bale. Oh, the newest, the most recent one. No, I didn't see that one.
I skipped that one.
All right, then we have nothing to talk about. Next.
And scene.
I saw it. No, that was mediocre. Moving forward.
Now, I put this on the list to talk about simply because I could not believe the headline when I read it. When you think Lifetime television, what do you think?
Now
Meredith Baxter falling downstairs.
No. Okay.
Bad celebrity biopics.
Project Runway is on Lifetime. But no, they're also going to be who has ordered a remake of The Omen.
What?
Huh.
Really?
What?
One more thing I won't be watching on Lifetime.
They have the worst. They really have the worst acting on television on Lifetime. Anything that they make that is actually scripted is some of the worst acting I've ever seen. So,
oh wait, Lifetime had the unofficial Saved by the Bell movie.
Yes, they did.
Didn't it? I watched that. That was terrible. But it made me want to go back and watch like old episodes of Saved by the Bell. I mean, the way that show was put together was just a big old bucket of Cleveland, but it was. But it makes you think about like what was going on behind the scenes. Like, I mean, forget the production quality of anything on Lifetime. The story, at least Dustin Diamond's version of it, of what was going on, behind the scenes with Saved by the Bell and stuff, kind of made me think, and it made me want to watch some more and just whatever. But The Omen, huh? On Lifetime?
Why is this not on Sci-Fi?
Because it's.
I don't understand. No. Lifetime is like the
apocalyptic
television
for women. Like,
I don't get it. I'm gonna say this.
I think what it is. I think that what it is you have. I think that the days of actual niche networks are starting to fall away. They are, because every now and again we're finding a show popping up on something we weren't expecting.
Yeah.
That I mean, AMC was American Movie Classics. It was only supposed to be classic movies. But what do you think of it for now? You don't think of it for that. You think of it for The Walking Dead and Mad Men and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think that some of these niche networks that have struggled for so long are like, we got to do something big. We gotta find our Walking Dead. We got to find our Mad Men. We got to find our Omen. No, you don't. You don't need to find your Omen. No, I just have no idea.
I'm not gonna watch it. No. So there's that.
Ryan Allgood's not gonna watch it. Cancel the production. Let's drop the Evil Dead one.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and talk about the $6 billion man, but. I am on the fence on how excited I am about this. Mark Wahlberg, he's done some good things, but he's also done things like Transformers 4, has signed on to be part of the inflation-adjusted $6 billion man. Did either of you ever watch the $6 million man?
No, I did not. So this is not going to register to me.
I mean, I'm familiar enough with it. Like I watched it. I mean, a little bit. I definitely am aware of the concept, but I couldn't tell you what a single episode was about, other than him jumping over some shit.
That's more than I know.
Well, the thing that for me seems like, why are they doing this now? We just came off of NBC attempting a reboot of The Bionic Woman that went nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh, did that already happen?
Yes, that already happened and died on the van. Died on the line. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know what makes them think, oh, well, people are still clamoring for it. Maybe the problem was we made the movie about the woman and not the man, and the man will do great. I don't know. But Arcane says he went to high school with a guy named Steve Austin who had a license plate that said 6 mil. Embrace it. For those that don't remember, the story is about an astronaut named Steve Austin who gets injured, and they give him bionic implants in his legs, one arm, and one eye. So as long as all the problems involve fighting with your right arm, he's fine. The left hand, not so much.
All right. Now, I mean, here's the thing. How many electronics have you opened out of the box that you've had issues with? Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to call tech support or something to get this to work right. You know?
Hey, that just happened to me tonight, so don't laugh.
Well, I was gonna say, for example, Pamela. You know, the issues we were having with Pamela before recording. Okay, so I mean, so here's this. You know, especially for the time, highly advanced technology, and we're only gonna kind of half do it. All right, so you've got one bionic arm that you have to get used to and somehow calibrate to use in sync with your regular arm. You're probably going to pull other parts of your body off on accident. I'm just saying, you know.
Gotta go to the bathroom and terrible things happen.
Gotta help you if you're a righty, you know. Like, but I mean, yeah, like, oh, okay, well, grab some toilet
paper. Went to wipe my butt and ripped my butt cheek off.
What is in your hand? It's my colon. What have I done? Like, oh, whoops. I mean, those are the $6 million man stories we never saw. Like, they didn't do the episode where Steve Austin tore out his asshole. Like, you know, so. Well, high-fived a guy to death.
That would make interesting television now, wouldn't it?
Yeah, do that, Lifetime. You want to be edgy? Yeah. But no, I mean, I like Mark Wahlberg though, so I mean, I might check this out. I think the Bionic Wang will be the sequel. Nice, yeah, Screenfull of Wang. But
bringing it back full circle.
Unless she meant like a bionic Asian guy. So I don't know. But
you went there?
Yeah, of course I went there. What, did we just meet, Cliff? Of course I went there. Please. But no, like I just finished watching a whole bunch of Entourage. If you haven't seen the movie Contraband with Mark Wahlberg, that's a fantastic movie. But yeah, so you know, I haven't seen Transformers 4. I can imagine if you know, I don't think it's so much Mark Wahlberg's bad in it. I think it's more Mark Wahlberg doing a Michael Bay flick. So I'll give him a shot.
He's got a lot of intense running scenes in the trailer, and I think that's about the extent of what he was able to do.
There's a part of me that still wants to see it, just to see it, you know, just so I can actually hate on it for legitimate reasons rather than just, I'm just not going to like it. You know, I still will probably see it at some point once it goes streaming. But, well.
And you're up with the baby in the middle of the night.
Over the middle of the night. Let's watch let's watch what is posing as Transformers, son. Let's go, and then we'll watch original cartoons after. Moving into Play With Me, or do we want to cut these for time? Because Star Wars is going to take some time, but
I'm okay.
What's our time on?
Anything tied to these specifically?
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and do them. They're quick. These will be quick.
Here we go.
It takes a steady hand because if you touch the side,
you sank my battleship.
Play With Me.
Sometimes you want to keep it in a box and put it on the shelf and display it. Other times you have those things you want to play with and take out and enjoy. That's what Play With Me is all about, ways that nostalgia and geekiness are coming together. And we've been playing with Legos probably our whole life. Some of us here, we're geeks. And the other day I came in to pick up my daughter from daycare, and she was enjoying herself in the Lego station. And I was so happy, looking like, oh, someday we'll have Legos at home. But you can get Lego Minecraft sets.
So
which really is about as meta as you can get.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, these are just Legos playing with Legos. That's what we've got here.
See, I don't play Minecraft, Ryan. I think you do, Ryan, don't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. In fact, oh man, that's right. I left that on my geeky goodness. I blew like a 6-hour Saturday of just like sitting on my butt playing Minecraft. Like one of those, like I got off the couch. I'm like, oh, my ass hurts. Like I sat on the couch too long. I didn't know that could happen. It can happen. Kids, be careful.
Get up and move around a little bit.
Get up and get the blood flowing. But yeah, I put in like a 6-hour stint of Minecraft that included like some bathroom breaks that reminded me I needed to rehydrate. But yeah, so I enjoy it, and my kid loves it. So I'm actually thinking about maybe getting her some one of these for Christmas, because I mean she loves Minecraft and she loves Legos. So hey, look at that, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, it's basically like taking Minecraft offline. It's allowing you to do it offline.
Well, I'm putting it back into Legos where it originally came from.
Where it all started from. The whole concept of building that most of us started on.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean it looks cool.
What I think is cool is that the minifigs are blocked. The heads aren't round. You know, the heads are blockish. I think that's kind of cool that even down to the minifigs they took that.
Oh, we watched it. I think we watched it. The Honest trailers. They've started doing video games now. Yes. So there's the Honest trailer, the Minecraft Honest trailer, which is fantastic. Again, another one of those rabbit holes you can just go down on YouTube and just like watch the next suggested video. Next thing you know, you've been sitting on the couch for 6 hours.
Oops.
It's kind of a theme to my weekends.
Who's the company that makes these? Oh,
Funko.
Yeah. Well, Pop. What's their company?
Funko Pop.
Funko Pop. Well, Funko Pop always has lots of the big head figures out. Every time I go to the local store, Epic Loot, they've got all kinds of them up. And these are some ones that I may want to have because I've always had a soft spot in my heart for Big Trouble in Little China, and they have their own series now. I can have a Jack Burton sitting on my desk.
Yeah, this is all right, kids. If you want R. Allgood 98 to come out and do your birthday party, you could pay him in one of these. Like that would do it for me. I love the low pan, like because we always made fun of his little magic move where he was like with some nerd friends, yes, right? And that's the pose they've got him doing. It's so great. But yeah, I mean, and that Jack Burton. I don't know if you. I remember the three of us were looking at that like 80steeshirt.com site at one point. Mm-hmm. One of the first things on there for sale is the Jack Burton tank top, which again, kids, if you want me to do your birthday party,
or if you want to look cool, get one of those and start wearing it to school. No, that's not true.
It's funny how you use the word cool like that. It's
that might be a little bit of a reach for a kid this age to go to school wearing that. I don't know if there would be a good connect there.
I mean, it's cool looking, but I don't think anybody's going to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out the implications of Lori's comment and how you take that and put it together to make Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, okay.
That's cats doing bad things.
Okay. Were either of you Super Friends fans?
No.
No.
Well, if you always wanted a Hall of Doom from the villains of Super Friends, it looks like you can have it in cute little play school style. They don't have it in their big 6-inch figures, but they have it in the little mini ones. A big Darth Vader-esque looking helmet floating up out of the swamp.
Meanwhile,
and that's all we got to say about that, huh? Okay, kill that story and move on.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Doom. All right, we'll kill that and move into Star Watch. Okay,
right,
time to get serious.
Here we go.
Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen.
Impressive.
I'm terribly sorry about all this.
No reward is worth this.
We seem to be made to suffer.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Star Watch.
Who's the more foolish, the fool or the fool who follows him?
Well, we've had some light weeks in Star Watch. We've had some weeks we haven't even done Star Watch because there wasn't anything to talk about. Oh my goodness, when we're off for a few weeks, everything seems to blow up. Let's go back to the let's move forward step by step. Since we last did a show, a few things have happened. First of all, we found out that the movie is now officially titled Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens.
Yes.
Ryan, how do you feel about a subtitle, The Force Awakens?
You know what? I don't know because I'm not necessarily gonna be like, oh well, the Force was like everyone flipped out. Like, what does this mean? Was the Force asleep? Okay, that's funny, but I don't know. I mean, because this could be a reference to the Force awakening in someone, newfound Jedi powers, all that good jazz. But I mean, who knows, man? With the whole balance of the Force and Vader, now Luke and the light side coming back and that pass on what you have learned. I mean, who knows? So I got really excited because I thought, oh, Phantom Menace is a cool title, and it turns out to be a shitbox movie. So I'm not gonna hang my hat too much on the cover. So I'm gonna continue to be cautiously optimistic, but optimistic nonetheless. Because we'll talk about the teaser in a little bit, but I don't have a problem with this title. I think it's piqued my curiosity.
Okay. Jules,
well,
do you have a dog in this fight?
Well, the problem that I saw, especially when the title came out, is how people were just picking it apart about how what a crappy title that is, blah blah blah. It's like, well, you don't know anything about the movie. And then the teaser trailer comes out, and it explains a whole lot about what that could be. It's talking about how can you feel it? Something's happening. And obviously there's a story that's talking about there's been a latency, and now something is changing, and it makes sense. So, and I've heard this on other podcasts, people talking about this. It doesn't really matter what the title has been in any other Star Wars film. They're all kind of cruddy. The Empire Strikes Back. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that made sense after, the Death Star blows up and the Empire is going to retaliate. But like A New Hope, why? What does this mean about A New Hope? What's going on? Like at that point, we had no idea there was another Skywalker. We had no idea there was, much of what was going on. We get like 2-line reference to the Clone Wars, and but other than that, I think in '77, A New Hope doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't, and it doesn't take away any of the enjoyment that we've had of the episodes 4, 5, and 6. We didn't have those problems with the name. It was still great movies. I don't know why people get so hung up on the name.
Yeah.
Because nerds got to be angry about something. Nerds got to be angry because if they were in charge, the movie would be awesome, but they're not in charge, so the movie's going to suck.
Well, I think there's also a lot of hope that title would give us a clue as to what direction they're going, or it would answer some questions, and that's, I mean, come on, that's not how this stuff's going to work. They're going to string us along for as long as they can to hype to generate as much interest as they can. That's how they're going to make the most money that they can, which is what they're here to do. So, no, of course the trailer's not going to be like, oh, okay, questions answered, I'm sated until this comes out next year.
Yeah.
Like, no, they're teasing you along, man. So, I don't know. I'm fine with it. I'm interested. I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to as a consumer. I want more.
Yeah. You saw the teaser and you were like, dude, I'm so excited. Why does it have to be a year? That's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
Well, to add to the excitement, Anthony Daniels, of course, C-3PO, has spoken on the quality of the film. And to the old saying that no movie sequel is better than The Empire Strikes Back, you might eat those words for Christmas dinner in 2015. Basically, he's putting out there, he thinks that this will be able to top Empire in terms of being a better sequel.
Well, them's big words right there.
Yeah, but would you expect him to say anything else? I mean, is he going to come out and be like, it's all right? Like, no, again, we're going to hype the movie. We're going to try and sell it for the next year. So, I mean, I don't think he'd lie to us, but I don't know Anthony Daniels. Maybe he's a big fat liar. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, he's on this project. I would really be surprised if anybody on set came out and they're like, it's all right. I mean, it's nothing. I red boxed it. Mm-hmm. So
I red boxed it.
I want to talk about these pictures for a second, though.
Okay.
On this article, specifically
the Anthony Daniels one.
No. Some shot of some old British guy. Pass. No, the story, the article beforehand with the title.
Okay. Going back to it.
Yeah. Namely, this unknown Sith or Dark Jedi and the lightsaber crossbar.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's get into the teaser trailer and get into that specifically before we go too far into. Let's get into the actual fact that the teaser trailer. The teaser trailer, of course, blew everyone's mind over the past weekend. The day it came out, I was watching my beloved Marshall Thundering Herd completely choke and come up short to not be the undefeated team we hoped they would be for the season. I know, sports ball, stop talking about it. Anyway, but in the middle of that loss, the trailer was released, and I was sitting there watching it on my iPhone with my little 4-year-old inside of me just getting so excited and being hopeful about what was going to happen. And several things in that teaser trailer have people excited, and several have people losing their damn minds. I don't know what to do with some people. But let's get into some of the things people are talking about, specifically, Ryan, like you said, the lightsaber. What do you got to think? What are your thoughts on the hilt, as it were?
I think that's awesome. I think that's a very cool take. It's like when Force Unleashed had that character in the video game Maris Brood, who had the I don't know what they're called, but like the police baton lightsabers that are held in that reverse grip that runs the length of your arm backwards or whatever. I mean, very, very. I mean, because you gotta. How much can you do with a lightsaber that people are gonna see? Like you change up the hilt. Count Dooku's had that little weird bend in it. That was cool. Mace Windu's was made out of gold because Mace Windu's. But so I think it's always neat to look at little variations on something as simple as a lightsaber. So to put this lightsaber crossbar on there, I think it's very, very cool, and it makes me very excited to see what is the other side of that shot.
Well, the reason I'm willing to say, okay, this is acceptable, is because the Sith have always been a little more loosey-goosey with their rules on what you can do with a lightsaber than the Jedi have been. You know, I mean, I remember in one of I know I'm getting into extended universe things, but that there was one in one of the Jedi Academy series in which one of the guys who was falling to the dark side made a lightsaber that could extend to double the length. And the big thing was, you don't mess with the lightsaber. You don't do modifications like that. That's not proper. That's not. But the Sith will do it. Mm-hmm. The Sith will do it. Look at Darth Maul with the double-bladed. Yep. Look at the Inquisitor in the Star Wars Rebels series right now, who has that spinning lightsaber that he uses. So the Sith, they'll do things a little more dastardly. And you got to admit, that a lightsaber with two little mini lightsabers sticking out of it, that would change the way you fought that person. You would have to be very cautious. I mean,
this totally makes it the more, the broadsword style lightsaber instead of maybe the fencing foil, which I think might be an indication of that particular character's combat method. I mean, you fight very differently with a broadsword than you do with a rapier or a saber. So. I think that's cool.
The thing that everybody had a crazy fit over is that nobody's going to be able to fight with a lightsaber with actual laser cross hilt because it'd cut your own hand off. And
unless you're very skilled.
Unless you're very skilled and trained. But I would like to see that be a spinning option where he spins it with his hand as part of it, to cause the danger. You know, you have that, and it rotates in your hand and causes a whirlwind. Mm-hmm. You know, you'd have to change your tactic in order to fight that back.
Or just think about every saber lock that we've seen in the movies, where you've got the two sabers and the up close move as they get really close to each other's face. I mean, if you've got something running perpendicular to that lightsaber, it's a much smaller move now to be like, look at that laser in the eye. Sucks for you.
Yeah. Well, that is the kind of thing where you could bring it down on someone's head from the hilt down, and you could cause them pain towards the front. You know, it's not necessarily that you have to swing it. So there's a lot of combat options that they could create with that look. I thought it was amazing, but I cracked up at the immediate response on the internet of all the different memes that they made of it in different iterations. The best one was the Swiss Army knife iteration, in my opinion.
Oh, I didn't see these.
Oh my gosh, just do a search online, man. It is like there were hundreds of thousands of different people photoshopping that and creating something amazing. But my favorite is the Swiss Army knife one. But they made a menorah out of it. I saw one of them. That was great. You know, and so this is the time where we can be on social media sharing this stuff with our friends and other people. And it's all about the creativity of the minds that see it. I mean, it was like minutes after that trailer came out and those memes were hitting the internet.
Yeah. Well, no, we were sitting at work and one of my import guys, like I'm in the middle of doing something, and the trailer just come out, and he came over with his phone. He's like, "Okay, it's out." I was like, "I'm in the middle. All right, let's go." Yes. This has to deliver to whatever. All right, let's watch it again. No, he'll get it when you get it, okay? So,
I gotta see the Falcon fly above the sand. Let's go.
That was so great. That was a great shot. I mean, Cliff, what was your impression? Watching the trailer for the first time. A lot of stuff comes at you all at once. Obviously, you go back and rewatch it a second time, but the first time, what are you feeling?
Well, I will say that I actually completely referenced this in my sermon last week, because I did. I used it for the concept that a teaser trailer like this is much like prophecy, in the Bible. We have a lot of images we don't fully understand, but we're excited about them, and we try to interpret what they mean, but we never fully get it right. And here are all these images thrown together in this teaser trailer that we have no idea what the plot line is. We have no idea how they all fit together, but we're just like, can't wait. Because I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see how it plays out, but I know that I have no idea what any of these storylines are going to fit like. I have no idea who these characters fully are. And we didn't see any of the characters we know, which I think was done completely on purpose. They're saving that for another trailer. But there are things that had me going, oh! You know, the hilted lightsaber was cool. The other things that people are let's discuss some of the other things people are losing their damn minds over. Rolly R2 unit. I don't know what to do with Rolly R2 unit. I'll own that I don't know what to do with the Rolly R2 unit. You know what I'm talking about? The R2 dome on a beach ball rolling.
Yeah.
I don't fully know what to do with that.
Yeah.
that one I may agree with them a little bit.
It's a weird.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you've got you can't keep this. You know, it's been 20, 30 years or whatever. The technology's got to change. It's got to be different. We can't see exactly the same droids we saw. You know, they're mixing it up a little bit. That's fine. Like a Rolly R2 unit is not going to destroy it for me, unless it sounds like Jar Jar. Then I'm out.
Yeah, true. Other things people lost. I heard people losing their minds over. The Millennium Falcon's engines didn't look right.
Really?
To which I said, Han has always been modifying the Millennium Falcon. Han has always been adding to the Millennium Falcon and refitting it and refurbishing it. It's been 30 years. He's had plenty of time to have new engines installed and that are more efficient or are faster and all of that. And they would look different. It's been 30 years. Han will look different. The Falcon can look different.
Yeah, I mean, Chewie's probably going to have a little gray in his mane, you know. And besides, Han's got that legitimate government money check coming in now, so he can probably afford, you know, to get the oil changed and to have Kaufman Tires do the tune-up on the Falcon, so that he doesn't have to do everything. You know, he's not holding that thing together with like hopes, prayers, and you know, intergalactic duct tape. So, yeah. The engines didn't look right.
That makes me mad because that is totally that is like snotty nerd kind of thing. Well, actually, the Millennium Falcon's engines should look a little more cylindrical than they were. I mean, come on, seriously.
Yeah. You just channeled Brian Kidd for a few seconds there. That was amazing.
A little bit, yeah.
But yeah,
I would just need your mom to bust into your studio.
But it really, I mean, yeah, it was ridiculous. Some of the things that people were getting upset about that, because just like they weren't allowed to have a plot explain it for them. They weren't willing to take that moment to imagine how it could be different. Next on that list that I want to address, the freak out over the Black Stormtrooper. Okay. This is another that y'all need to chill the heck out because we don't know that this is actually a Stormtrooper.
Right.
It's someone in Stormtrooper armor. Han and Luke both wore Stormtrooper armor. They weren't Stormtroopers. So it could be someone who was posing as a Stormtrooper. Another thing, we have never been told that Stormtroopers are only clones.
Yeah.
Because clones and have regular recruits now. Because you hear of people going to the academy all the time. So people of different races and different ethnicities could be Stormtroopers. So there you go.
It's 30 years in the future, guys, that you don't know what's happened because we haven't found out yet.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, plus it's Star Wars, so we're allowed at least one black guy. Okay, Billy D. Williams isn't in this movie, so we're at you know our quota. So it's okay. Now, if we see two black stormtroopers, I'm gonna have a shit fit. I'm gonna tell you right now. All right. I'm just saying. No, I don't care.
Gosh.
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. Oh, so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's how we are as nerds. We tend to get hung up on like little things that aren't really that important. Yeah. You know, the smallest thing will break something for us, especially when we're super passionate about it.
Yeah.
It's a shame that race is one of them, but you know,
especially in something like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, guy, I mean, seriously, for everybody who does that, get hung up on it when the movie comes out and you've seen the entire plot. Seeing what exactly they were trying, the story they were trying to tell us. If there's holes in it, criticize that. But don't do it on a teaser trailer when you don't even know what the storyline is. That they're teasing it, they're alluding to things for your interpretation. That's it. So, that just knock that stuff off, guys. It's so dumb.
I will say though that something about the quality of that shot when this the alleged stormtrooper his head pops up into the shot, there is that split second where you're like, wait, is this the real teaser or is this a fan film? Because there's just something about the way it was shot. I don't know. I guess I'd have to go back and rewatch it a few times to really pinpoint what that was for me. But there was a second where I was
if it's comedy or if it's actually like he is actually scared. Because there's
gonna be someone in the background going, "We ain't found shit."
Oh man!
But I can see your point, Ryan, because that is the very first thing that you see after the voiceover, and you're only seeing desert dunes, and then this face pops up with it's someone obviously wearing some kind of stormtrooper armor with no helmet, and you're questioning, is this for real?
Yeah.
Yeah. It is for real, but you don't know why. Another thing that I've heard through other media sources is that trailer has no space. There is no outer space.
Yeah, because everything, like the Millennium Falcon shots were all like
atmospheric shots. Yeah.
Huh.
That's a good point. Now,
so it's the Atmosphere Wars.
Atmosphere Wars. So the woman on the speeder, do you think it's Jaina?
I mean, I think so, because I think like we said, they've kind of nixed the expanded universe, but I think there's some really good stuff in there. Like I said before, I think they'd be kind of foolish not to borrow from it. So I hope so. I really, really hope we get that Jaina Jason storyline, but I don't know. I mean, it's like all we've seen are just action shots that mean almost nothing. I mean, everything we've seen is out of context. We have no idea what's what. All we know is there's going to be Rolly R2 droids. All we know, there's going to be a Rolly R2 droid. There's some like seriously souped up speeders. And the Millennium Falcon is running from some TIE fighters in atmosphere. That's all we really know. I mean, it's even speculative to say that the Empire is still a thing. So those could be some, black market, like 1980s Russian Soviet type MiGs, as far as TIE fighters. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? I do like that interior shot of the stormtroopers inside of what looks like it's shuttle that's getting ready to land or whatever. Like that, they're all, getting their weapons ready to go and stuff. I thought that was a pretty cool shot.
Yeah, they definitely picked a wide variety of things to have us scrambling everywhere trying to figure them out. I mean, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And
we're doing exactly what they want us to do. We're sitting around talking about it.
No publicity is bad publicity. Even if people are angry about it, people are still talking about it. So
tell Cosby.
Let him go. Well, as Jules pointed out, no sooner had this come out than the meme machine got cranked up, and different people were creating parodies and all sorts of things. And we'll put a number of these up connected to us on the show notes. The Lucas Special Edition has come out of the teaser trailer. The Lego version of the teaser trailer has come out, and the Michael Bay version of the teaser trailer has come out.
Wow.
The Lucas Special Edition is kind of my favorite.
Yeah.
The Lucas Special Edition is kind of my favorite.
I gotta be honest, I haven't watched these yet, so I'm pretty excited. I had somebody email me the Lucas Special Edition one, but I mean that was like maybe a week ago. I still haven't had a chance to look at it, but
apparently there's a J.J. Abrams lens flare one too.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. I didn't see too much lens flare in this one.
Yeah, no, apparently there's a full lens flare one. I haven't seen it yet, though.
That's the other thing I thought when I watched this trailer is that the first time through, it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. I mean, it had Star Wars stuff in it, but something about the teaser didn't feel like a Star Wars movie. And for a second, I was disappointed. And then I got to thinking, the prequel teasers all felt like Star Wars movies, and they let me down terribly. So maybe I should just be cool and let it go. And because it did, like I watched the trailer, and I was like, it feels like a J.J. Abrams movie. And then you stop and think, it is a J.J. Abrams movie. So
I would also say the days of the old-fashioned trailer that we got with the original Star Wars are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
The narrator being, a world you can't possibly imagine. 20th Century Fox brings Star Wars to the screen. You're not going to get that anymore. You're going to get these quick-moving, rapid-fire, I don't know what this is things.
Yeah.
Well, by golly, we've made it to the end.
We did.
Hey. Have you got some interactions for us?
No.
Was there doubt? Were we afraid ninjas were going to bust in and stop us from finishing the podcast?
Well, we've had things stop us for the past 2 times we've tried, so.
I'm checking, but I don't think we have anything.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me stifle this yawn. Ugh.
Yeah, you're doing a great job.
Oh, well.
It was a very stifled yawn.
There has not been enough sleep gotten in this house in quite a while. Alrighty. Let's move into wrap it on up. And with that, it's time to go back to present day. We hope that we haven't permanently destroyed your childhood. If you'd like to suggest something for us to look back on, you can email us at iremembereditbetter@gmail.com. You can follow the show at IRIBetter on Twitter. Follow me at RevanGeek, Ryan at RAllGood98, and Jules at JulesRPG. If you missed any of that, you can find all the info on this program by going to www.iribetter.com. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/IRIBetter. Our voiceovers are provided by Amy Breedlove. You can follow her on Twitter at VoiceWork and through her website, www.amiebreedlove.com. By the time you hear this, it will probably be her birthday. Also, a special shout out to her. She was a finalist. She was in the top 6 for a Travel Channel voiceover contest. They were trying to find a voiceover personality, and she made it to the top 6 in New York City. Wow. So she's doing good. New York City. So yeah, she's doing good. She's doing good. We are a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network podcast family. Find us at signalsmedia.com. Jules, what do you got going on around the ranch?
We have another episode of Torn Think Tank on Saturday night. Mark Conan and I have been having a blast, man. Really, it's been very fun. We've been kicking back and really digging into some tougher topics. And so I'm super excited with this new phase of the show. I'm glad that things are in a settled mode, and yay. So that's what's going on there. That TV show has gone on, I think, probably semi-permanent hiatus at this point. So it'll just be IRI Better and Torn Think Tank for me for a while.
Oh,
that's okay.
We're glad to have you.
I'm happy to be here, man. I'm glad we're back too.
It is good to be back. While you're celebrating being back with us, if you haven't done so, please go and rate us on iTunes. I want to push for this week because by getting rated on iTunes, it pushes you up on suggestions or iTunes review to other people. It would be nice to be featured in that top section sometimes. So please, if you've never rated us before, please go there and do that. And even more importantly, tell your friends about us and get them to do it too. Join us soon for episode 81. We'll see you in the future. In the past.
This podcast is a part of the Signals Media All-Star Network. For more information on this and other fine shows, go to signalsmedia.com. It's okay to stick our stuff in your ears. Really?
There we go.
That's a show, yo.
I got a corporate Christmas party next Thursday.
Okay.
Well,
tear
Jules,
the roof off of PF Chang's. So
I shall see if we can get our special guest that couldn't make it last time.
Yes, see if Scott is willing and able, and then go with that. So, and you enjoy PF Chang's. I love me some PF Chang's. Lettuce wraps.
Yeah, I'm looking for. It occurred to me, like, I actually haven't ever eaten there.
Really?
You haven't?
Lettuce wraps, man. Lettuce wraps.
The lettuce wraps are the bomb. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, getting one of everything. Like the company's paying for it. Like it's all right.
true.
Yep, more of this, whatever. So
Didn't your company do Fogo de Chao one year?
Well, the last 3 years we did Fogo. So.
Oh man, I don't know. As much as I like P.F. Chang's, Fogo's still the bomb. That's
the only problem with Fogo is, damn it all. I mean, if I'm not in a meat coma like for the next 3 days. Because protein is one of the slowest things to digest in your digestive tract. So you go to Fogo and you're like, oh, okay, I'll eat my weight in filet mignon. That sounds like a great idea until you got to walk your ass back to your car, and it's not so.
Have you ever been? Do you know?
Every year, same thing.
Have you ever seen a Fogo? Jules, do you know what Fogo de Chao is?
It's
Brazilian steakhouse.
Yeah, basically you have a coaster that sits next to your plate. And it's red on one side and green on the other. And when you want meat, you flip it to green. And these guys are serious about this stuff. They come around with just skewers of various cuts and seasonings and types of meat. And they'll just be like, oh, hey, you want some filet? You want the peppercorn this? How about some of this, some of that? And they're just like shoveling it on you. I mean, and it's all you can eat. So as long as you've got that green thing up, they are just shoveling meat onto your plate. Which, again, sounds great. Until you gotta get up and walk to the parking lot,
and then there's a meat baby that you have to contend with.
Yes,
right. So no, we've had some really good like corporate dinners at Fogo to include the night. Went there and we started drinking on top of the meat, and then we got the bill.
You layer it, yeah.
We got the bill and we're like, holy crap! We had a couple of shots of cognac. We didn't realize we were having $40 shots of cognac. So we're like, jeez. But that's okay. We had the VP with us and he pulled out the black card, so it was all good. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to PF Chang's. I'm especially looking forward to not having the Christmas party at the Gold Rush. So that's good.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't know, is the strip club in Atlanta.
Oh.
Now, what is it you call it? You didn't call it that when you were up here. What do you call it? The shoe show?
The shoe show? Yeah,
the shoe show.
Because that's code for the strip club. But,
the shoe show.
Going to the shoe show.
Because that's the only thing they have to show you.
Yeah, really, pretty much is. So. Orange chicken, huh? Okay. Yes. Lettuce wraps, Thai street noodles. Orange chicken.
Oh, and the Great Wall of Chocolate. The Great Wall of Chocolate.
Yeah, I heard it because I had to call to make the reservation because we talked about going, and of course, the station manager was like, "Yeah, let's do this." I'm like, "Yeah, sounds good." Are you gonna call and make a reservation? Because every year we pick great places to go, and then every year the day of we're like, "Hey, did anybody make a reservation?" Oh no, okay, all right. So Waffle House. Oh, cool. But.
There's plenty of those in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they inflate one of those every week. But so I called and made the reservation this year, so we're all set.
Georgia
to go.
was the first time I ever got off the interstate and saw. You know how you have those signs that tell you what restaurants there are in what direction?
Yeah.
And there were 2 Waffle House signs pointed in each direction, and they were less than a half a mile from each other. Yet still, we're both able to be open by doing enough business.
Wow.
That's
impressive.
But they mentioned that Great Wall of Chocolate on the little hold music I had to listen to, so I was kind of curious what that was.
Oh,
7-layer chocolate cake.
You'll see it.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Amazing.
Yeah, you'll share that.
Yes, share it. But get plenty. The lettuce wraps are amazing. You gotta pace yourself for a PF Chang's meal. Gotta pace your way through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good.
See, now Arcane and I, we live like right down the road from one, and now I want one. Now I want to have some.
Lori, you gotta go. You gotta go, Lori. Definitely.
We actually had an argument over which one to go to. There's one at Cumberland Mall, which is like the northwest side of town, but there's also one right there at the airport.
Yeah.
But it's in the airport, So we're like, well, okay. So we could eat. I mean, it's sit down. It's the atrium. It's a nice restaurant. I've gone to our airport to eat before.
Can you get in there without being ticketed?
Yeah, because the atrium and everything is before the TSA checkpoints.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you just have to pay to park, and that's what we're talking about. Like, well, I don't want to have to pay to park to eat at the airport. We're like, no. We just go over here to the Comfort Inn. We all park there. We take the free shuttle back to the airport, and then we don't have to pay anything.
There you go.
Yeah, we worked out a plan, and then we just decided to go to the other one. So
speaking of the TSA, a friend of mine shared a status on Facebook of a friend of hers telling a story. Whether or not the story is true, I do not know, but the story is amazing. The man is in line at a TSA checkpoint. In front of him in the line is Nichelle Nichols.
Oh,
Uhura,
wow.
the original Uhura. And like a lot of older actresses, she has some mobility issues now. She was in a wheelchair. But she has to stand up and go through the scanner like everyone else does. And she shuffles in, getting ready to be scanned, and they say, "Ma'am, you need to remove your shoes." This woman who was just in a wheelchair and had trouble standing up, they tell her she has to remove her shoes. At which point, the person telling the story said, "Excuse me, that is a Starfleet communications officer. She is way above your pay grade and has saved this world countless times. Let her keep her shoes on." And everyone just applauds. And the TSA agent backs off and lets her walk through. And she turns around and waves to the crowd, smiling.
Oh, that's a cool story.
I'm skeptical.
Yeah. I'm kind of skeptical too, but it
because no one. I've never met anyone pre-TSA screening that is willing to talk that way to the TSA before they get through screening.
Oh, exactly. Oh, I
because
know.
I guarantee
absolutely.
the end of that story should be, "And I missed my flight."
Yeah, exactly. But
plus,
would
I've
it
never
be
seen
worth it in that story? Would it be worth it in that story?
I've never seen the TSA make someone get out of a wheelchair though either. I've been behind a lot of wheelchairs that go. So I don't know. Maybe it depends on the airport too. Like I was when I was flying out of Atlanta a couple of weeks ago, I was catching an early flight, and like every other trip through the TSA, start taking off my belt, start taking off my shoes, and like the TSA is yelling at me like, "You are not taking anything off. Let's go!" Like they were just hustling people through the thing. They're like, "Keep it up, whatever your coats. What is that, a firearm? That's fine. You go through. Let's go." I was like, "What is this? The morning commuter rush? like everything's fine. Screwdrivers, cool. Box cutters, take it. Was that a shoe bomb? It's fine. Let's go." They were just shuffling us through. So TSA tends to react differently in different cities.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I think we've done ourselves a show there, kids.
I think so.
And then some.
And then some. You guys, thank you in the chat room for being here.
Absolutely, thank you.
And then there was a cavity search. Nice. I did get the feel up from the TSA one time, and I very badly wanted to ask him if he was going to buy me dinner. But again, like you think of all kinds of funny things to say to the TSA, but they're not worth it when you're trying to catch a flight.
This reminds me of one last story before we shut down. So Ryan 1.0. Ryan knows this. I have had a series of Ryans in my life that have been some of my best friends. Ryan is actually Ryan 3.0. But Ryan 1.0, my friend Ryan Hardman in Huntington, was flying on a plane. Now, this is pre-9/11. But still. Was in line, and he's in the Huntington airport, not thinking anything of it. And they say, "Have you had these bags, or has anyone given you anything to carry onto this plane?" To which he says, "Just this bomb." And the woman looks at him, picks up the phone, says a code number, and hangs up the phone and just won't look at him. And within moments, security comes, walks him away, and he spends 4 hours being detained and interviewed.
Yep.
Even though he had nothing with him. It was all a joke, and they quickly ascertained it was a joke. They were going to make a point.
You will never do this again.
There's just some shit you don't do.
Exactly.
Yelling fire in a crowded movie theater. Even pre 9/11. So.
Yeah, that's
travel smart. I mean, everything's fun and games until, like Lori says, there's a cavity search. So. Then it's a different type of fun and games. When the TSA brings out the Major Toke candle, you get worried.
Were they in a hurry to go to the shoe show?
All right.
Yeah.
You doing a pee-pee dance there, Cliff?
I'm just cold. I'm out in the garage and it's cold.
This is how my heart feels.
Let's get you warmed up. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll come back next week. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that. Right. And get me the audio sent as soon as you can. I'll be editing it tomorrow.
You'll get it when you get it. All right.
I know, but still. The sooner the better.
Have fun at PF Chang's, Ryan.
I intend to.
Can you believe we've done 80 shows?
Yes.
80. Wow.
That's a lot of
Some of us have.
Yeah, some of you guys.
Oh!
You guys have.
Such a
I have. Oh yeah. I'm the only one who can fully say that.
Can't have a show without Cliff.
Nope.
If you guys want to edit it one week, be my guest.
Fuck you.
You can still edit it if you're not here on record day.
That's true. I could.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Guys,
I gotta go watch the show before the series finale of Sons.
Okay. Yep.
Show. Oh, it's got me so amped up right now.
All right.
I love it.
Go watch.
Love it.
We'll see you guys next week.